Hi, Dr. Alex here, and welcome to a short little video about a new project I'd like to start, but am currently finding it difficult to do so without some help, i.e. help from you out there. I would like to make War of the Worlds as read by Richard Burton. Now, I think for many people out there, particularly of my age or older, they will recognise why this would be an exciting project. Anyone who's aware of Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds, an iconic, very individual album depicting the story of War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells as a narrative rock album, and it is awesome. I say with some bias, because I just grew up with it. Anyway, Richard Burton read the story, at least in part, chunks of the story, edited slightly for the album, but never read the entire novel by H.G. Wells, which is something I've kind of, in the back of my mind, ever since hearing the album as a tiny child, have always wished was available for us. Now, with the advent of AI, it could be. We could make Richard Burton, AI, reading the whole of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. As some of you may know, I've already been using 11 Labs AI to voice some of my own stories written about Doctor Who and the Doctor, among other things, with both Peter Capaldi, Tom Baker, and even Paul McGann, all reading versions of my own stories. And they've come out rather well, if I do say so myself. But it does cost money. 11 Labs AI is not free. Which is where the crowdfunder comes in. So to help me make the War of the Worlds as read by Richard Burton, AI, I need a little bit of extra cash, or it'd certainly make it a lot faster to have a bit of extra cash. So I've started a crowdfunder on crowdfunder.co.uk. I do hope that people from other nationalities can contribute to the co.uk site, fingers crossed. And it's a very modest crowdfunder too. It's only trying to raise about £100, which is enough to cover the cost of 11 Labs AI plus a little bit extra for electricity. But it is money that I could do with having. It's cost me quite a bit of money just this last month making my own stuff using 11 Labs AI, let alone doing an entire novel of somebody else's work on top of that. So yeah, I have costed it up. There are some other novels I'd like to do too, but as an experiment to begin with, I have started this crowdfunder for Richard Burton AI reading The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. So the link is in the description, and if I've got any sense at all, I'll have flashed it up on screen about now just to remind people about it. And it's open for at least another 3 weeks. So far, a massive £5 has been raised out of the £100. So it's a start. But yeah, if we could get that together, we can create The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells as read by Richard Burton, AI at least. Of course, if the crowdfunder is not successful, I'll try and get round to it in my own time, but it'll just have to take a lot longer than it would otherwise do, as will all the other side projects I'm thinking of doing in this way. So it's all about time and how quickly would you like the content. So yeah, I hope people are as enthusiastic as I am, because I'm very enthusiastic, and I hope you can help me get this thing made a reality. If you contribute £5 or over, you will be sent copies of the MP3 files for the episodes or chapters as soon as they're created, before they're ever rendered into the YouTube videos, which we'll put them up as in the first instance. If you contribute £20 or more, you will get not only that, but if it can be made into an audiobook, you can get free copies of the audiobook. At least the first 20 people to contribute over £20 will get free copies of the audiobook on Audible, if it can be produced. There's no guarantees on that because I have to jump through various hoops to get it accepted by Audible. But if that's done, fingers crossed, you will get free copies of that if you contribute over £20. Plus you'll get the £5 and over rewards as well, of course. And I'll hopefully credit all those who contribute on cards at the end of the YouTube videos, so you'll get that as well. Anyway, that's all I've got to say on the matter. And I hope, as I say, you're as enthused as I am and are keen to see this stuff made as quickly as possible. Anyway, until the next video, whatever that may be, whether it's a War of the Worlds AI, or the Doctor being portrayed by Peter Capaldi AI, or one of the other Doctor incarnations reading something else I've done, whatever it may be, I hope you can join me for the next video. And until then, thank you for watching, and take care.
No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century that this world was being watched keenly and closely by intelligences greater than man's and yet as mortal as his own. that as men busied themselves about their various concerns, they were scrutinized and studied, perhaps almost as narrowly as a man with a microscope might scrutinize the transient creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water.